Welcome to EJH British Cars. So a little bit more work to do today on the truck. The ignition switch has been acting up a bit, and I think it's just that the contacts are worn on the inside. It hasn't let me down, but it kind of scares me a little bit. You turn the key and you kind of have to wait for a second or two and then it starts. So it should be a fairly simple job, but it's kind of looks like it might rain a bit, so a little easy job for the outside today. And Happy New Year to everyone. Let's get started. So this is the dashboard. And this is the optional dashboard. It has the full instrumentation, and it also has a spot here that would be for a vacuum gauge. And this one, well, I suppose a clock, but this one I added a little 2-inch tack to years and years ago. It's just kind of nice to have there. Kind of fits right in. So this is the ignition switch, and I don't think it matters which dashboard that you have. That this surround is where this is mounted, so it should be the same for all of them. So this has a chrome ring on it, and you need to get that undone. You just need something. This is actually a little overkill because they're kind of big, but a pair of pliers just to take that off. Should be able to grab that just to loosen it up. There we go, and that should come right off. And now I just need to reach up underneath and pull that switch down. So here it is. And you can see the plug on the back, and it's got a couple of clips on it to make sure that the wires stay connected. So I just need to get those off. There we go. And here it comes apart. Now the other thing we're going to need to do is get this tumbler out of here. So for that we're going to need a small drill that'll fit through that hole. So let me go grab one of those. So here's the new one, but it makes it easier to see. You see that little brass pin right there? That's what you're going to depress with the drill. I think I got like a number 63 or something, but it doesn't really matter. It just needs to be small enough to fit through the hole. So you also notice we have the key in the switch. Should note that the position of that pin is the position that the key switch is in when it's in the accessory position. Not so that somebody can't just go in with no key and take your ignition tumbler out. So ignition, the accessory position is all the way counterclockwise. So we have the key in the switch. We put that in. You feel it. Depress that, and you just turn the tumbler slightly to the left. It only moves about 1/8 of an inch or so, and then that comes right out. You need to put this stop at approximately the same height that the old one's at. As you can see on there, it's about 2 threads up on that oval hole in this particular instance. This is not super critical, but it does make it so that the face of the key switch is flush with the locking the ring that we took off on the dashboard. Just looks neater that way. So I'll put that on there. Actually have it cross-threaded. Well, not cross-threaded, but there we go. One side, because this has got a flat on here, and so it was on a different thread on either side of that flat spot. There we go, that's about 2 threads up. And then to put this back in, you want to get it something close to where that pin is. You push it and then turn it. And then that's got it locked in again. And then you'll see there's you need to put the plug back in. It only fits one way, so that's not a big deal. So the easy thing to spot is there's 2 connectors that are side by side. So that'll tell you that's the right orientation. And get it in, make sure those pieces are locked in. And then we just push it back up into the dash. Grab it under the dash. You'll notice there's a flat spot on that hole, and that's where the flat spot on the ignition switch is going to go. So I already started this, I only have 2 hands. What you have to do is just feed the ignition switch through the hole, lining up the flat spot with the flattened area I showed you on the hole, and then start the collar. And then once that's started, you just go ahead and tighten it up. Let's take our big pliers and snug that up. Doesn't have to be crazy tight, you just want to make sure you've pulled it all the way down. There we go. And, well, it's a little high. That's okay. And I just want to make sure that it works. So there's the key. Pull the choke out. Give it a couple of pumps. There it is.
No cleaning, no repairs needed. Plus, you choose the closing date. Selling your home has never been easier.
So just as simple as that. So it's a pretty easy fix, really. And you'll notice that as soon as I turned the key, it went. It would be that what it was doing was when I turned it all the way, it would take about a second, and I think it was probably, I was letting a little bit of pressure off the key to let it make the contact, so it just had worn the contact at the point where the key switch was all the way to the right. You also see that this is all marked battery, ignition, solenoid, accessory, and ground. So if you do, have to check your wiring or anything, it's all marked out. Well, it was a short video, but I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit about my old Chevy truck. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and we'll see you next time.